friends, it's me, and today we're watching an animation about a girl who nobody knew was pretty until she took off her mask. Let's watch.
Hi, my name is Ava, also known as the Vampire Girl, and it's all because I had the meanest parents.
So mean parents turned you into a vampire. Definitely not because you grew up watching Twilight and then went to the Halloween store and bought some fake fangs and turned on the vampire filter. What?
I was born in a small town in Romania, and growing up, I realized that my parents were weirdos. For starters, they were always talking in whispers to each other.
She grew up in Romania. Isn't that where the real life vampires are? Anyways, if her parents are whispering, they're probably doing something illegal.
They wouldn't go out for work or even groceries. A box of supplies just mysteriously arrived every week. Every day, Dad would spend hours reading the newspaper and circling stuff on it with a red marker.
He's probably looking for a job, right? I mean, when I was a kid, my parents used to look at the newspaper for job listings.
Once when I was 4, I kept asking him to pour me cereal, but he kept ignoring me. So I leapt onto the table and put my foot in his bowl, spilling it all over his newspaper. Oh my God. Do you realize what you've done? You're such a nuisance. Here, take the whole box. Just leave me alone, you idiot.
Here you go, you idiot. Take the milk. Pour your own milk in your own cereal, stupid. Ugh.
We never had any visitors, but when I was 5, Grandma came to see us once, and she brought me an adorable cat. I was so happy.
Aww.
But of course, my parents were not a pet. We already have Ava. It's hard enough to take care of her.
Ugh. You brought us another pet? Bro, we have a child. We already struggling to take care of this one. And now you brought a whole entire animal. Y'all stay at home all day. You don't leave the house. You don't go to work. Why y'all so stressed out? Go outside. Get some fresh air. I feel like they should have plenty of time.
Just take it back, please. No freaking way! I ran up to my room with the cat and slammed the door shut.
Way.
But when I woke up in the morning, it wasn't anywhere in my room. I looked all over the house. Nothing. I just knew my parents had gotten rid of it. I screamed and cried, but they said they didn't know anything. Liars. Before they could stop me, I just ran out the front door. I was never going back. It was a really sunny day, and as I kept running, my skin suddenly started turning really red and itchy. I looked up at the scorching sun, and my whole body began to burn.
Wait, is she allergic to the sun? Is that why they don't leave the house? What about nighttime? Can't y'all go out at night?
I let out one huge scream and fainted. When I woke up, I was in my bed. Mom told me the doctor had been to see me, and he'd said I was perfectly fine. No, that's not true. I'm not fine. The doctor is dumb. The sun almost killed me.
Imagine going to medical school and diagnosing somebody, and then a 5-year-old kid is gonna be like, no, you're dumb. I could just Google what's wrong with me.
My parents said I was crazy, but I knew they were evil, and I wasn't gonna let them hurt me.
Her daddy looked like a badly drawn version of my daddy. Look at that. He even got the little squiggly. Maybe that's why I'm so interested in this story.
I covered myself from tip to toe. Socks, trek pants, hoodie, and a face mask. Only my eyes were visible. My parents almost fainted when they first saw me roaming around the house like a little ninja.
You forgot to mention in the beginning, so she's never been outside. Her whole life she's just been like locked inside the house. It doesn't mean her parents can't leave unless they have the same thing that's wrong with her.
There's nothing wrong with you. It's been years since you last walked under the sun. It's because I'm allergic to the sun. You just want me to die?
You know what? Maybe they do. They're like, okay, you know what? There's nothing wrong with you. Just go outside. Hopefully she'll just like have an allergic reaction and just die. Not our problem anymore. Ma'am, you are responsible for your child.
If you keep behaving this way, I swear I'll send you to your aunt's place in Norway. There's only sunlight there for 6 months.
He really threatened her with sunlight because I was like, dang, I would love to go to Norway, but it's sunny.
Fine, but don't think I won't wear this costume to school. And when people say you're weirdos for dressing me up like this, just know that you asked for it.
If only it worked that way. If somebody bullies you because what you're wearing. Well, my parents made me wear it. Even worse.
I joined school in the 8th grade, and the minute I entered the classroom, everybody started laughing and whispering things like weirdo and freak. I ignored all of them and sat down quietly on the first empty seat.
I mean, there's nothing really wrong with what she's wearing. I mean, especially during COVID, like you wear a mask.
During lunch break, I stayed back in the classroom while everybody left except for this one girl, Jessie. Ava, right? I'm just curious. Why are you dressed like a garbage bag? I'm allergic to the sun. It burns my skin. She started laughing and just left. Soon enough, I discovered she was the meanest girl around.
I thought Malibu Barbie was supposed to be nice, and she ended up being the worst. Why is that funny? I'm allergic to sun. If somebody said I'm allergic to gluten, see, that's funny. I would have started laughing. But the sun, I'd be like, what? I'd be so confused.
I was standing under some shade and enjoying a baseball match when suddenly Jessie came out of nowhere and dragged me into the sun. She started to pull my hoodie off, and I bit her hand really hard and ran away as she screamed.
Good.
You crazy freak, are you a vampire?
Oh, and that's when it started. That's when I was like, whoa, I can't go out in the sun and I can bite people, so I must be, say it, vampire.
And that's how I got my name, Vampire Girl. A few days later, the teacher introduced a new kid, Nick, to our class. His clothes were old and ragged, and I could see Jessie and her minions already laughing at him.
I mean, isn't that the fashion? You know, people pay good money for old and raggedy clothes. His shirt got holes in it. Must be Balenciaga.
I joined him in the cafeteria at lunch that day, and we started talking. I found out that he was the new janitor's son. He was really sweet and never even said I was crazy when I told him about my condition. I was so happy to have made a friend.
Oh, and that's gonna end up being her boyfriend. She's gonna turn him into a vampire.
One day, as I was walking down the hallway, I found Jessie and her friend surrounding Nick. She spilled juice on the floor and said, "Oops, you can clean this up, Nick. I mean, you'll grow up to be a janitor like your dad, right? Come on, just sit down and wipe it with your butt."
Who would do that? You know, that ponytail would make a nice mop. If only I could just flip her and just literally mop the floor with them.
Hey jerk, have you forgotten the last time I bit you? Stay away from Nick, or this time I'll do some serious damage. Jessie rolled her eyes at me, but when I leapt forward, she actually screamed and went running.
Imagine being scared of the vampire girl. Oh, she bites.
One day, Nick and I had just entered the classroom after recess when Jessie started screaming like crazy. OMG, my brand new iPhone, it's gone. Someone stole it.
When?
And then she pounced at Nick and grabbed him by his shirt. You must have done it, you beggar, you thief. She snatched his bag and started throwing out all his things. I grabbed her hair and she turned around and attacked me. We got into a huge fight.
Y'all throwing hands in the middle of the class? Like, y'all are getting suspended. In my school, you get into a fight, it's automatic suspension.
Principal walked in. Jessie kept screaming that Nick had stolen her phone and it must be in his locker. Of course, the principal found nothing there, but Nick was left humiliated in front of everyone.
Plot twist, the principal stole her iPhone because he wanted a new one.
I hate rich people. They always look down at us as if we aren't human. She called me a thief just because I'm poor. He didn't come to school the next day, and his dad was nowhere to be seen either.
Aw, that's sad. Like, imagine getting blamed for something you didn't do. Oh wait, I know what that's like.
As I was walking down the street one night without my mask or hoodie, I saw a masked guy running towards me, and suddenly he started snatching my bag.
Oh, I'm like, wait, is that her all grown up? But I just realized that's her without the mask because she's been wearing this mask the whole time. I thought it was a time skip.
As I tried to get away, I lunged at his face and pulled his mask off, and I nearly fell back in shock. It was Nick.
No! He is a thief! What? How are you gonna rob your own friend? Scumbag!
Before I could say anything, he ran away. Nick showed up at school 2 days later, but I just ignored him. But when he kept following me and asking me what was wrong, I suddenly lost it.
He deserved that. How you gonna try to rob your own friend? Because he doesn't know what she looks like when the mask comes off? I hate rich people. Robs his friend that isn't even rich. When you could have been robbing Malibu Barbie. I mean, I guess he did take her phone.
You want to know what's wrong? I'll tell you. The girl you robbed the other night on the street, that was me. He looked horrified. You? That was you? I didn't know. I've never seen your face. What does it matter who it was? What matters is that you're a liar and thief. And to think that I fought for you. He started weeping like a baby. I didn't want to steal, Ava, but I just had no choice.
No excuses. You literally robbed your friend. Your one and only friend. Vampire girl who trusted you.
My dad's in the hospital. We needed the money. I'm so sorry.
That you should have actually robbed somebody rich.
I didn't steal Jesse's phone. I've never stolen anything until that night. He kept crying and my heart went out to him.
Wow, literally the only person you robbed was the only person that actually cares about you in this school.
I'm sorry about your dad, but stealing isn't the answer, Nick. You should have told me.
Stealing somebody's pocket change ain't gonna pay for somebody's hospital bills, bro.
Let me help you now, but promise me you'll never steal anything ever again. He promised, and I went to talk to the school principal. Together, we planned a fundraiser for Nick's dad, and within a day, we were able to raise all the money Nick needed for his dad's treatments and more.
So where did we get a band from? And a whole concert hall? That's pretty cool, but like, how?
His donors were Jesse's parents. They kept praising me at the fundraiser for arranging the event, and this made Jesse even angrier. Don't let it get to your head, Ava. You're still a freak, and you could never be me.
How do two good parents raise an evil spawn of Satan?
What's so special about you anyway, other than being super dumb? Excuse you? I've been prom queen for the last 2 years. You could never.
Imagine your greatest accomplishment being prom queen. That's not even a flex. That's just sad.
Oh. Is that so? We'll see this year. You'll never win against me, loser.
Y'all are acting like it's the Met Gala or something. It's prom. After prom, nobody cares about prom. Coming from somebody who didn't even go to prom.
I bought a beautiful red dress for prom. Since it was at night, it was the first time anyone in school would be seeing me without my mask and hoodie.
Nobody's even gonna recognize her.
I saw people turning around and asking each other who I was. That's Ava? The vampire girl? I can't believe it was that face behind that mask all this time.
Dang.
She's gorgeous.
She's gorgeous. Everybody looking at her like, dang, I wish I was actually nice to her.
And to my shock, I was actually voted as that year's prom queen.
No
As I was being
way!
crowned, suddenly Jesse
That's
came
pretty
charging
privileged
at
for
me on
ya.
the stage, trying to rip the crown off my head. The bullies who used to pick on me saved me. Don't lay a finger on our prom queen.
Jessie is no longer the prettiest girl in school.
Everyone was super nice to me now. Nick was tutoring kids after school, and his dad came back to work soon.
And that is what we call pretty privilege. I mean, I'm surprised nobody has like seen her face. The people wearing masks, don't you just like, hey, this is what my face looks like. You didn't see that. You didn't see nothing. Is that so hard to do?
One day after gym class, I was quickly changing in the dark locker room when suddenly Jessie and her minions barged in. They dragged me out into the sun and pinned me to the ground. This is for stealing my limelight, you witch.
Bro, you're gonna go to jail for this.
Let's see what happens to you in the sun. I hope you melt and disappear.
It's like shoving milk down somebody's throat who's lactose intolerant, so they have an allergic reaction. Like, are high schoolers really that relentless? You could kill somebody right now, like you don't care.
Suddenly, someone pushed the girls away. It was a teacher, and Nick. Hey, you're okay now. And your skin? It looks totally fine. It's not even red, Ava. Does it hurt or burn? I looked all over my arms and realized he was right.
Maybe her parents were right. Maybe nothing is wrong with her.
When I went back home that day, my parents were shocked to see me. Ava, where's your hoodie and your mask? Mom, Dad, I was out in the sun and nothing happened to me. Was I just crazy?
Yeah, you were a wild child, bro. We told you nothing was wrong. You just broke out in hives. She's been living under a hoodie this whole time.
They hugged me tight and actually started to cry. Sweetheart, we tried to tell you it wasn't real. You just got a bad sunburn as a kid.
That's some like wild trauma. Like imagine getting a sunburn so bad as a child and then you grow up thinking like, I'm allergic to sun. But she wasn't this whole time.
I just never believed you guys because, well, I always thought you hated me and you wanted to be rid of me. You got rid of my cat. No, we didn't, honey. It just ran away, and we never hated you.
So the cat ran away the second day that you got it. I don't know who to believe.
Your mother and I were working as undercover government agents. It was a really stressful time for us, and I'm sorry we made you feel ignored.
What?
What? My parents were secret agents? That was the last thing I'd ever expected.
Now that is a plot twist. I completely forgot about her secretive parents.
I wish you'd told me sooner. All this time, I've been believing things that just weren't true.
I mean, when your parents are secret agents, they can't even tell their kids that they're secret agents because the kid will like go to school and be like, blah, blah, blah. Daddy's a secret agent. Mommy's a secret agent. They like ask you in kindergarten, like, what do your parents do for a living? And you know the kid is gonna talk.
We're sorry, Ava. We should have been better parents. We love you so much. I love you too, guys.
Woo! Happy ending! Not allergic to sun, and my parents actually love me and don't hate me and want to get rid of me. Great! But anyways, that's all for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to hit that like button in the face! And make sure you turn on notifications. Click! Click! And subscribe to join the wolf pack. Oh! I love you guys so much. Thanks for watching. Bye, guys!